everybody, I'm going to wait just a second because it takes Facebook about 30 seconds to notify people. So before I actually get into the topic that I want to chat about today. So if you're hopping on, I would love for you to post below. Just say hi so they know that you're here, because Facebook doesn't notify me exactly who's all watching when you're on. So go ahead and comment below if you're here, and I would love to know where you're from. I am in Central Kentucky. I'm actually in Northern Kentucky right now. I'm in Carrollton visiting family. Hey, Mom. And hold on, honey. Hold on. Sorry. You said mom, yeah, Mom's on. So I came to basically my hometown for a birthday party. Yes, honey. Okay, eat your sucker. Sorry. For a birthday party, and so I plan to come to the birthday party. And everybody knows, or if you haven't been following, I've been doing the Ultimate Reset, which is basically a 21-day program to reset your body and your metabolism, your hormones, and everything, basically to factory settings. So with my PCOS, I was really hoping to see wonderful results when it comes to my energy levels, my sleep, basically my hormones and stuff like that. And the weight loss is just a bonus, right? So I really focus on eating for health and doing things for my health to make me healthier and stronger versus weight loss, because I really feel like if you shoot for goals that are just for weight loss and not health, you're going to be less likely to succeed. So my goal is for health and to become healthier and to have a long, healthy, fulfilling life. All right. So anyway, so after the birthday party, I prepared. I had my fruit at the party. So that was my little something sweet. I had my Shakeology. Hey, Connie. So my Shakeology, and then so now it's dinner time, and I had not planned on doing dinner out of town. I planned to go back home and have the dinner that I already kind of prepped in the fridge, right? So I had to improvise, and with the Ultimate Reset, I am basically this is the last week. I only have a few days left, and they gradually wean you off of meat products, dairy, grains, and that sort of thing, and you're really eating a very clean, basic meal plan. And it is hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's really focusing and dialing in on that nutrition versus the whole fitness aspect of it. So I've really had to basically cut out workouts, or unless they're very low impact. So anyway, so what I'm doing for dinner, and something that I actually do a lot. So one of my easiest first go-tos, especially if I'm out of town, or if I just need something easy at home, is I go get these pre-prepped salads. And guess what? I got this on clearance, guys. I got it half off. I got it for $2.49. It's already prepped. It has romaine, kale, apples, blueberries, sunflower seeds, walnuts, cranberries, and pomegranate blueberry dressing. Now, the dressing I will not pour on here because it's definitely not Reset approved, I'm assuming. But what I'll do is, because I don't have my dressing on me, and I don't think that she has any here that would work, I will probably just dip my fork in the dressing, then take a bite of the salad. So I do have a little bit of the dressing on there, but it's not going to be drenched. It's just going to get that little bit of flavor. So even if you like those dressings that are not healthy, I recommend putting it on the side, dip your fork in it, then dip it in the salad, and then you're going to be able to get it in every bite, but you're not drenching your salad. These are great options. I also get the rotisserie chickens all the time for half off in the refrigerated section, usually right before they go on sale. And I usually, honestly, will go 2-3 of those a week because it's already cooked and it's awesome. And I typically eat a lot of vegetables and meat. The next thing, and I'll be honest, most of my meals through the Reset, I have a lot of the fresh produce, but a lot of any of my stir fry are actually out of bags. I know it's not completely fresh, right? But here's the thing, guys. You do what you got to do. I'm a mom of 6. I have a full-time business at home that I'm running. I am busy. So food prep takes a lot of time, and I want to make sure that I'm staying on plan. So I look at ingredients. A lot of people look up here, and they want to make sure there's no sugar added. But it's also important to actually look in the ingredients, which are right up here, because this is going to tell you what's in your food. Remember, we're eating for health and not for weight loss. So I want to make sure that everything in here is going to be positive for me, that's going to be nutritious for me, and not something that's going to basically wreak havoc on my body and be like a chemical crap store in it, if you will. So in here, and there's several different ones to choose from. This one specifically has broccoli, sugar snap peas, green beans, yellow squash, red peppers, carrots, yellow peppers, and water chestnuts. May contain traces of milk, almonds, wheat, and soy because of the manufacturer or the plant. That's all. There are no additives. It's basically frozen vegetables. I go through bags and bags of these a week. My kids love them. They're healthier than eating out of the cans. And we keep them in the deep freeze. And I have, basically most of our vegetables are this way. We do have some fresh, but this is my easy go-to. So what am I doing out of town? Oh, so I've got this. I grabbed these because I honestly had a little sweet tooth in the store, or kind of like a salty, so I grabbed this. It's mixed nuts, peanuts, cashews, almonds, Brazil nuts, and pecans, seasoned with a little bit of sea salt. So basically, that's the ingredients. And if I want, I can throw a little bit on my salad. So I'm really like trying to make sure I'm staying on track. Is this 100%, on track with my meal plan? Probably not. Am I going to fail because of this? Mommy. No. It's going to help get me closer to where I need to be. Yes, honey? Can you give Mommy a minute? I'll let you watch it in just a minute, okay? So I want to know what your tips and tricks are. If you're out and about, what is your go-to when you're at the store? Or if you are at a convenience store, like, it's so easy to grab those chips. It's so easy to grab those candy bars, or like those, like whatever is there that is your go-to chips. A lot of times I'll grab a little thing of peanuts or walnuts. So I really try to gravitate towards those that aren't going to have a lot of the added sugars and stuff, because they're just not healthy. Like, our bodies weren't created to break down those types of foods. Just because it's edible doesn't mean it's food. So I'm really focusing on this year on eating for health and not for weight loss. And I really feel like if we dial in on our health and our nutrition, good things will happen. You naturally will be able to lose weight. You'll be able to have more energy. You'll be able to have those things especially those non-scale victories that we all really want, but usually we don't focus on and celebrate, that are undervalued. So I want to know what your tips and tricks are. What do you do? Like, I get the rotisserie chicken. I would have gotten that if I was not on the reset. So I grabbed the salad, I grabbed this, and I grabbed the nuts. So I want to know what your tips are. What do you do? What's your go-to? Do you just grab fruit? Do you, make buy a pre-made salad? I know things happen, things come up. So share with each other some little things that maybe you do, like when you've been in a pinch. Like if I'm having to go through the drive-through somewhere, I try to pick something that has a little bit healthier options, like Chick-fil-A. Their nuggets aren't, they're not that bad. They're great, and you can get a fruit bowl as a salad. They also had the superfood salad, which is awesome. Like my husband tonight, where I'm out of town, I didn't have enough food prep for the whole day because I just had it for lunch. So I was like, honey, you can go out for dinner, and which he hasn't been out to dinner with his coworkers in a couple weeks. And so God love him. I just love this man. He was just like, all right, I think I'm going to go to Chick-fil-A. I'm going to get the superfood salad with a fruit cup. How does that sound? And, I'm like, honey, that's awesome. I'm so proud of you. And then, of course, he's like, you're the best Beachbody coach ever. You're like amazing. And so it's really great to kind of see not only me, but when you make those healthy changes, people around you will do the same. And it's really funny because I have, family members today like, how's the whole no candy or no sugar thing going in your house? And it's going great. Like, I still allow my kids to have sugar here and there, but I'm really trying to clean up just the processed foods. It's just not good. We weren't meant to process garbage. It's like putting dirt in your body. Like, how is your body supposed to process dirt? Like it's not going to. So it's not going to add any nutritional value to you. So I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to prep my dinner. I'm going to eat my salad while my stir fry's cooking. And yeah, you want to say hey?
Hello, everyone.
How is the new meals that we've been doing in the house with the limited sugar?
Horrible.
It is not horrible.
And this is what.
Oh, okay. So this is what my sister cooks.
This is what I'm feeding the kids. You come to Veronica's house, and this is what happens.
This is what not to do, guys. All right, and I've really been trying to talk to my sister because, and I love her. Don't get me wrong, but this is like a meal at her house.
Can I see?
Oh. You've got the frozen Salisbury steak that was frozen.
I love her food.
Highly processed. Stop it. This mac and cheese, which has fake cheese in it. It's not even real cheese. It's like the block with tons of garbage in it. Then we've got corn, which is another starch. Then we have mashed potatoes, which are probably instant, right? They're instant, and that's another starch. We got a starch, all processed. And so you would starve just eating salads, vegetables, and fruit. you would be surprised on how filling it can be. Like, there are some options. You can add fats into it, like healthy fats, like nuts, avocados, and those will help keep you full. I promise. I've not starved on this meal plan at all. I've not been hungry. And if anything, like, I've struggled eating all the foods. So anyways, please, honey, give me a second. So you have a choice. You can choose to eat for health or eat for, I don't know, what would be the other alternative? Eat for sickness. Sorry. But it's like, how is that going to benefit your body and your nutrition? Like, how is that going to get you, to living 80, 90, 100 years old? Just having your body, like, work so hard to process these things that they aren't meant to process. So anyways, I would love to know what your tips are. How about protein? So protein with the Ultimate Reset, basically the premise is they wean you off of the meats and the eggs, the protein like that you typically eat, and you then you go to nuts, avocados, those things, and then eventually your body doesn't need those types of proteins to be able to absorb all of the nutrients that it requires, if that makes sense. So there are supplements that you take throughout the day that kind of help your body to be able to, like, I drink distilled water the entire time, and I add Himalayan salt to it. So it's very basically trying to get your body back to those resets, the factory reset, like those settings. So is it something I'm going to stick with after the 21 days? No. However, it really has helped me basically wean off the grains, because I really, like, over Christmas break, got back into the grains, the breads, the pastas, and what else was I eating? Just like crap that, like, I could have been eating something else and getting a lot of more nutritional value out of it. So basically my goal after this is to I will add back in my meats and my eggs, because I'm used to eating like 6 eggs a day, and adding those back in, eating basically the vegetables and the fruit, and saying not like 90% grain free. Shakeology does have grains in it, but I see that the benefits of it far outweigh the whole, being, trying to stay grain free completely. My body just doesn't like it. And if your body is different, that's fine. So am I going to be like 100% like strict? Like, no, this is what, no, like, there are going to be times that, I will probably eat cake, or I will make a homemade, something with like some wheat or whatever occasionally, but it's not something that's going to be every day. I just feel like it doesn't benefit me well. And I also plan on very, 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 very limited dairy. I really struggle with, like, I've cut out cow's milk and a lot of those things a long time ago. But one of the things that I struggle with is cheese, because I love cheese, and I love to put cheese on my eggs and my vegetables, and I just love the cheese everywhere and on my meat, and it's just fabulous, and I just want to swim in it. Like, come on, meat and cheese, like, it's amazing. How do grains hurt me? Grains basically make me bloated, and the thing is, when you eat a lot of grains, there are carbs in it. You can eat simple carbs or complex carbs, and the grains really do matter. So if you're eating like white processed grains, like white rice, white bread, those are going to be a lot less healthy for you versus the whole grain or sprouted grains for your body. They're going to be able to process them easier if they're the whole grains, because they're not going to be broken down to all these other chemicals and stuff added to them. So if I do have grains, I'm going to try to really focus on those whole grains, the sprouted grains, which is like the Ezekiel bread, which is a really great option if you still like bread. But grains make me bloated. I don't see the nutritional value in them that I could get in other foods that will fill me up, to be honest. I would rather, don't get me wrong, I love bread and I love pasta. And this is something I've worked on for the last 5 years, to try to wean out a lot of those things. I never thought I could, but I can easily replace spaghetti now with spaghetti squash. I can easily replace a bun on a burger or a chicken like breast with lettuce and other vegetables. So like, you kind of eventually find those little things that you can do to substitute that are healthier options that are going to be able to add that nutrition to your body that you need, instead of just adding these other things that are going to either spike your blood sugar or basically just kind of end up staying in your body and becoming fat. Like, there's just no need for it. So I really believe in eating like a low GI meal plan, which is basically like the lower sugars, because GI foods, basically there's a scale. The lower the GI, the longer it takes for your body to process those sugars. So you're not going to get those sugar spikes, which are going to be like the vegetables and the meats and that sort of thing. The things that have sugar in them, like your grains and potatoes, the starchy things, they're going to have a higher GI, and so you might get blood sugar spikes, or you're going to basically your body is going to have a harder time processing those. And so I am, I can't say that I can compare you with me, because my body and my hormones are different. My metabolism is different, and I'm going to react differently than someone else. But I am insulin resistant, and I think that no matter, for the rest of my life, I'm going to be prone to be insulin resistant, and that's just how it is. It's, I think, partly genetics, and just with the PCOS and, being considered a diabetic before, and now I'm not. Like, it's just something I need to be aware of, and it's something that I have found that has been beneficial on bringing down my A1C, bringing down my triglycerides, and adding in that Shakeology. If you saw my video about a year ago, I had no plans of rambling this long, I promise. About a year or so ago, no, almost 2 years ago, 2 years ago in March, when I started Beachbody, I was on extremely low carb, high protein diet, which was great, but then I stalled. And then I added in Shakeology, and at that point I was still on tons of medications and supplements for high cholesterol, diabetes, IBS, acid reflux, gastritis, because I had my gallbladder removed, and tons of supplements from my surgery before. So I ended up squashing all those and just trying Shakeology within 3 months, guys, and changing my meal plan and eating toward my health versus for weight loss, and getting a fitness program. My A1C dropped almost 2 full points. So I went from like a diabetic to where my organs was starting organ failure, okay, down to where it was not even like in the pre-diabetic range, guys. Like, life changing, because I'd been on medication for that for like over 10 years. So it's like, oh my gosh, 15 years at this point. Like, I'm getting old. It's crazy. My triglycerides were in the 300s. I was on medication for that. In 3 months, with everything that I was doing, they dropped over 220 points, guys. Medication couldn't even do that, So now, like, my triglycerides in the 100s, they are normal. I'm eating for health, guys. That is more important to me. And if the weight, if the weight wants to stay here and the fat wants to stay here in certain parts, that's okay. I'm going to love me through the journey. I'm going to love myself while, I get healthier. And then I was also able to get off the IBS medication, the gastritis, and the acid reflux. So I'm really focusing on the health aspect, guys. Like, it's not about eating for weight loss, eating for health. Stop all these fad diets where you are depriving yourself and you're starving yourself and you're trying to lose this weight really fast, guys. It didn't come on overnight. It's not going to go off overnight, guys. Eat for health. Quit these fad diets. All right, and that's why I think it's so important to, if you can, to add Shakeology to your meal plan, because of the nutrition in it. There's so many supplements in it. There's so much nutrition that your body's probably lacking. And, eat for health, guys. Don't settle for less, because when you are taking those shortcuts, you're cheating yourself. All right, guys, so I'm going to hop off here because I'm going to eat, and I totally did not plan on rambling this long, but if you know me, it usually happens. So thank you for hopping on. I really would love for you to comment below. What are some tips and tricks that you do when you're out and about and things happen? And I always say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So I plan, but not exactly. But I am totally staying on track. I am totally committed. Sandy, I'll message you about that. And I know we had talked about Country Heat before, so I'll message you because I can help you get set up with it. Been life-changing for me. My lab values are better than they've ever been, and that's more important to me than a number on the scale. As long as it's not going up, I'm happy, right? So anyway, I'm gonna hop off here. I'll give you a great day. I love you all. Thank you so much for following me, and I will chat with you later. Bye.